Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Penguin and I would like to welcome you to the land that is GSL's Terminus, where we are going to be seeing the first game of the Grand Finals of the EU Zeek Fry Daily for the 20th of January 2012. In the right hand spawn location is going to be the Green Terran nfteamSync. He is representing Master League, and in the bottom spawn location, Wilp, no team, just Wilp, who is also going to be playing Terran. He's going to be our teal Terran down here, and he is also representing the Master League. We haven't really been able to see any of nfteamSync's games today, but little arrow there. But Wilp did just take out fan favorite TDG Wumble in the semifinals, so it was a sad day for us Swiss people there. But nfteamSync had to fight his way through an hour and a half of TVTs in the semifinals. The best of three went to 3 very long macro games, and now we're gonna be getting right back into even more TVTs. So I have to say I wonder if this is gonna be an incredibly long series as well. Anyway, for people watching on YouTube, this has been cast from a replay. The story behind that, just to circumvent any suspicion, the story behind that is that the recording did not work. So, the recording just didn't work well at all. You couldn't hear Sean. So, here we go with the re-recording of it. Anyway, both the players are putting up their barracks right about now. Everything going very, very standard. nfteamSync going for an earlier second supply depot. He hasn't actually finished it. He's just started to build it just to get the wall off finished. I am wondering if he's going to go for some sort of sneaky play just because of the wall off. Wall off isn't, it's not necessary really against Terran, but Wilp is also going for, no he's not. Wilp is going to be going for a 1-racks fast expand here, and the command center should be plopped down reasonably soon, just getting that orbital first. And both the players seem to be doing pretty much the same thing thus far. nfteamSync's also saving up for a command center. And Wilp is going to be throwing that down right about now. There we go. Command center is now down. The orbital command for Wilp is a little bit slower. He opted to get one more SCV before the orbital command. And nfteamSync, however, is going to be putting his command center down a little slower as well. And while the builds thus far have been essentially, not quite, but almost mirroring each other, Wilp has a little bit of a lead, simply because he puts his command center down here, which means that, first of all, it's going to be done sooner because he started it first, but also, as soon as that command center is done, he'll be able to start mining out of that, even while the orbital is making. Whereas, nfteamSync has gone for the safer variation of putting it in his main, which will take longer for him to actually get it down here to start mining, especially since he's probably going to morph it into an orbital first so he can gather energy. So he's opted to play a little more safely at the risk of dropping perhaps 10 or 15 seconds behind in the expansion time. He's also going to be throwing on barracks 2 and 3, whereas Wilp is only going to be throwing down 1 extra one. So nfteamSync seems to be committing to getting his army a little bit more than Wilp is. Wilp just wants to get his economy going, and we'll see how things go from here. There is going to be 2 gas for nfteamSync. And while there are also 2 gas for Wilp, he's only mining out of it with 2 harvesters each. So it's really 1.3 gas that he's got going there. So nfteamSync may well be going for teching a little bit. He's getting the tech lab there. He'll probably be getting marauders out of there, but he'll also be getting dem upgrades. And he does still have 2 people on these refineries, and that isn't a mistake. That's just him wanting to play less gas intensive. And he's going to be going for his own first tech lab right about now. And he'll be getting a reactor there as well. So, Wilp may be... well, he's adding on another barracks as well. So, Wilp may be going for a primarily eco build. I mean, not eco, sorry, bio. Getting my terms mixed up. nfteamSync is going to be flying over here with his orbital, but this is what I was talking about. He is much, much later on expansion timing. I think he's even a little further away from the mineral patches than he should be. Yeah, he's definitely not the closest he could be, but we'll see if he notices that. As Terran, obviously, he can lift up and rectify that. And everything's going pretty standard thus far, not really all that much going on. Combat shield on the way up for both players. nfteamSync's going to be grabbing a factory. So he is going up his tech path. Wilp is just sort of chilling on barracks tech. He's not really getting all that much in the way of, well, tech. He's getting the upgrades. He's getting, he hasn't, yeah, there's the engineering bay. He's also getting +1. And he is just playing, he's playing safely, he's playing slowly, he's playing economy based. He's getting that +1, but he's not committing to anything super severe. He's not, he doesn't have 5 barracks out, he's not committing to full buyout, he's not committing to double upgrades. He's not really committing to anything. He's just playing things as they come, and playing a very macro-based, bio-based build at this point. He is actually getting pretty close to being supply blocked without an... Ooh! He's actually just going to start his factory now, very far behind on the factory tech. nfteamSync's already halfway through building his starport. But more interesting is the third command center going down for Wilp. This is a reasonably early third for a TVT. And it's dangerous to put it here. I mean, obviously it's the one you want to go for just because it has the additional wall off of the destructible debris there. But not only does it only have 1 geyser and 5 mineral patches, but it's also very, very close to the main. So drops on that base are incredibly easy. Anyway, nfteamSync is going to be going for his own +1 at this point. And yeah, his second base is just getting up and running. And well, all is going well for both players as far as economy goes right now. Wilp is going to gear up to take a pretty significant economy lead once this base gets up, if he can prevent any sort of drop harass or anything like that. Wilp has all of a sudden gone from being slightly behind in the marine count, however, to going actually pretty significantly ahead. He's up by 7 marines now, so that is a pretty dangerous lead for Wilp to have. And I believe he does have stim. No, stim is not done yet. But stim is on the way. He's only now getting his starport though, so and given the positioning of the starport, he's going to switch that off with that reactor. And I don't really think we're going to be seeing all that much factory play from Wilp. He's just going to go for a big, solid NMM ball. And that's what he's going to be opting for. I'm not sure I like this from Wilp, simply because he hasn't really scouted all that much. I mean, look at this. He's seen almost nothing. Whereas Siege mode is on the way for his opponent, and once he gets a few tanks out with Siege, the Bio Ball is going to be hard-pressed to actually do damage. He's really going to need those medevacs, and he's really going to need to control his units very, very well. Meanwhile, nfteamSync is going to be elevating these troops into the main, and Wilp is a little bit out of position. He will be getting that factory. If he goes for the tech lab, he can do a lot of damage there, delay that tech lab, delay Siege mode massively. He is going to go for the factory, though, and if he's able to take out the factory, that will be huge, but Wilp coming in to save that last second. The factory will survive. nfteamSync going in, not the best drop. I mean, he didn't lose anything himself, but not the most successful drop of all time. But no heavy losses on either side. This is a pretty formidable marine ball. When I said MMM, apparently I only mean MM. Doesn't seem to want marauders at all. Just going for the marines. We're still not seeing an expansion coming up from nfteamSync. He's just really committing to this. He's got guys loaded up into these medevacs, and I would not be surprised to see him just drop them down here and see him go to try to kill that base right there. Meanwhile, he's going to be dropping right back in the main again. This time he is going to go for... No, he's still going to go for the factory stop to repair on it. And he is going to stim, trying to take that out before the marines get there. And it looks like he will be able to get the factory, and the factory is killed. And there are not enough marines to hold this off, so he's just going to kill those marines and continue shooting. He's not really sure what he's doing, really. He's not really committing to anything. Now he is in the mineral line, and those SCVs are dying left, right, and center. Where is Wilp's army? Wilp is actually counterattacking, taking a few shell hits from those tanks. But this massive marine force will not be ideal against 3 sieged up tanks. It looks like this may be a bit of a base race situation here. He stims towards the tanks, and the tank spread is very, very nice. And he is going to be losing almost all of his troops here to take out the first of the tanks. He's finally close enough to the tanks to take them out, but there is not much left of his force. Only 13 marines remain, and one medevac. He is going to be hard pressed to actually deal with this. To take out these 2 tanks with reasonable ease. There are a couple more marines here. nfteamSync takes his drop from the 3rd back into the main to try to deal with this, and he should be able to clean that off reasonably well. He does clean that attack up, and he did kill this entire expansion as well as really actually killing this expansion as well, doing terrible damage here. Still has all of these marines, and And he's going to stim, trying to take out the reactor there and the add-ons on everything else. He's really being able to do a lot of damage here. Wow. I really don't see Wilp coming back from this, to be honest. He's trying to float those barracks away, but he's not in the right position. A drop right back at the third, takes out the third, and Wilp GG's. Game 1 goes to nfteamSync. And we'll be getting right into Game 2. I've been Penguin, and thank you for tuning in.